Hi folks, my name is Chelsea Hanoun. I'm the Exchange and Study Abroad Coordinator for Acadia University. And today we have the pleasure of Hannah joining us from the University of Bielefeld, and they are the incoming advisor for our students. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, hi, thank you for having me. My name is Hannah Möhring. I'm the incoming advisor for the students who do an exchange at our university, and I'm basically responsible for the life cycle of our exchange students. That begins with the nomination, with your application to our university, and then the arrival, everything to do with administration is also my topic, and then hopefully I will also prepare you on your departure. In the next few minutes, I would like to introduce you to HSBI. There is a lot to be said about our university, but I will just give you a little bit of an overview. Here you can see our university from a bird's eye view. Our university is one with a practical approach. That means that we do not only have full-time studies, we also work with a lot of companies, and therefore we have part-time studies where students come to our university and then they go and work in the companies and basically also apply what they learned at our university directly in the companies. We definitely have study formats for students who like to learn by the book, but we also have a lot of experimentational halls. We have practical approaches for everybody. So that's why our University of Applied Sciences is a university where you can find very different kinds of students. Most of our graduates find work within 2 or 3 months of graduation, which in our society and growing weaker economies is really a very good thing, and we are very proud of that. We are very international. We work together with 150 partner universities worldwide, and our university is in a city that is very safe. Especially with growing unrest in all of the world, we are very proud to be the second safest city in Germany.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of visiting Bielefeld in person October 2023, and the campus was beautiful, and of course exploring the town was of course amazing as well.
I will tell you a little bit about our university, about the facilities there, about our faculties and the locations. And I would also like to tell you a few things about our international activities at HSBI. I want to start with a picture of our presidential board, because even though they look quite official on this picture, all of them are very approachable. And that is one thing that we would like to tell everybody who comes here as well. Most of our staff, of our lectures, go by first name basis, and if there is a problem, if there is an issue that you cannot solve, your professors and all the staff on site are more than happy to listen to you and to find the right solution to your problem.
Thanks for letting us know that, Hannah. I'm sure our students will appreciate that, as that's very much the experience at Acadia as well.
So, of course, our university does not have any tuition fees, and that means we do not have individual tutors, but we try our best to still be as open and as helpful and supportive as possible. Our university has bachelor and master programs that run 6 to 7 or 3 to 4 semesters, respectively. We have a PhD program, but it is only, well, the doctoral program is in the making. So give us 1 or 2 semesters and then we can talk about postgraduate programs as well. Our lectures start in March or in September, depending on the respective semester. And we offer study programs in German and English, plus additional courses in English for our exchange students who come here and study full time in English. As I mentioned, we have a very practice-oriented qualification. I mentioned our experiment halls, but we also have a lot of cooperations with local hospitals. I'm going to show you a few pictures in a bit. And the cooperations that we have in our region always have international branches as well, which means that we are not just a university that offers one foot in the door in our national-wide cooperations, but also international companies and representations. When you come to our university, you will find 6 faculties. We have design and arts, engineering and mathematics, social sciences, business, health. I mentioned the cooperation with the hospitals, and our campus in Minden, and they have civil engineering, practical engineering, and architecture. Though the students that come to us are mostly business students, often we have engineering students as well, and social sciences, and those 3 faculties can be found in Bielefeld on our main campus. Here you can see a picture of the building that Chelsea visited last year. We have 15 lecture theaters and over 200 seminar rooms. And as I said, the faculties engineering and mathematics, social sciences, and Bielefeld School of Business and Health are all located in Bielefeld. We have an extensive also digital library that you can use, and all of our university staff that works in administration can be found on Bielefeld campus as well. We have something called Experiment School Lab, which offers opportunities for students who would like to have a day to find out what it is like to be a student. So we have cooperations with local schools as well. They don't just go to our university to look at the site, but they do little mini experiments as well. This way, we want to interest young pupils in subjects such as engineering very early on. Our Faculty of Design and Arts is about a kilometer away from our site. It is called Lampingstraße, and it's very alternative. So we are very happy to receive designs and media photography students as well. We have locations in Minden, Bielefeld, and Gütersloh. They are all very close to one another. Our universities in East Westphalia, Lippe. We have our university is located in a region that is in North Rhine-Westphalia. Sorry, the biggest Bundesland, so the biggest county or state in Germany. We are a middle-sized university with around about 10,000 students in all of all locations together. Our university is very interested in being a university for everybody. So we have institutions within our university that regulate that our university is diverse and tolerant, and we have certifications that are regularly reviewed to make sure that our university remains family friendly, that we move more and more to gender equality, and that we have a diverse campus as well. That is maybe also interesting for you. We have a student representation called ASTA, and the people who vote, or the students who vote for the ASTA, always make sure that we have a very diverse representation there as well. Here you can find one of our cooperation partners, a project called CareTech OWL, which is held in a hospital just a kilometer away from Bielefeld campus. But if you study engineering, especially practical engineering, you won't just sit at home or in a lecture hall, but you will definitely visit sites as well to see architecture and engineering in motion. That is something that you can study in Minden. As I said, I am the incoming advisor, and I am very, very happy to welcome over 50 exchange students every semester. We have more than 100 different partner universities across Europe, and it's a great pleasure to gain more and more partners outside of Europe as well. And we would be happy to have some students from Canada coming soon. When you come to our university, you will be contacted by me first, of course, but once you are accepted at our university, you will also be contacted by a buddy, which is a current HSBI student who knows the campus, knows student life, and you will be guided by him or her, by them, in the first few weeks of your arrival. They will contact you by email before you come, and then they will be the person to talk and ask the first questions to, sometimes even questions you might not want to ask someone who's more, well, who's older than you, like me. And there are a couple of questions that maybe you wouldn't want to ask someone working in the university. That is definitely a good solution to find to talk to a buddy. And they will not only help you find your way around campus, but they will also help you with a lot of formal things that need doing at the beginning of your studies here. And they are also a very good way to make friends and to get to know the German culture. They will, for example, greet you at the station and help you find your way to accommodation. They will also be part of our Freshers Weeks, which will be the first 2 weeks after your arrival in Germany. The orientation period helps you get acquainted with student life at HSBI. It will also help you to deal with all the learning platforms that we have. It will assist you in opening a bank account, in learning a few bits of the German language. We will also answer any questions you might have, and we have a lot of free time activities during that time, so that you can also get to know your fellow other exchange students.
And Hannah, does the Fresher Week happen both semesters?
Both, yes, of course. It will be the first 2 semesters in March and the first 2 semesters in September. Semesters.
Weeks. Yeah.
Sorry. To give you a little bit of an outlook for our Freshers Weeks in March, it will always begin with an informal meeting at a local bar or at a local restaurant. It will usually involve the buddies and the international students. I usually do not come to these meetings because I want to avoid answering many of the formal questions that you will ask once the week officially opens. And this way is a very nice and good opportunity to meet your fellow students, to meet the other buddy team, and to mingle across people who are at your age. Then on Monday, we usually have a welcome event. That is always the case. We will help you with a campus tour and also let you hunt through the city a little bit from one station to the other to do a few tasks and get to know the city. Then we usually have a little bit of, I call it life hack event, but it's neat things to know about living in Germany, also in Bielefeld. We have platform training, which is just very helpful to know how to get your student ID card and such. And you will have the opportunity to create your timetable for the courses during the semester. You will have a quick intensive German course if you would like. It's only 8 sessions, but you will learn a few bits to get around. And then, of course, we have lots of free time activities like karaoke, zoo visits, city trips, bowling, and volleyball tournament. During the semester, we usually do our best to offer one thing per week for everybody. Some of the things are completely free for you, free of charge for you. Some of the things are have tiny bits of entry fees, but we usually try to make this as accessible to everybody as possible. Sometimes it's just walking and hiking. Sometimes it's something like mini golf, which is very popular with Germans for some reason. Yeah, we have a wild mix of sports and other things so that you get to know Bielefeld a bit. When you come to Bielefeld, we offer accommodation, or I should say, we work together with the local student dormitories so that we can offer you their accommodation. Let me just see.
The slide didn't change.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Now? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So we have different types of accommodations, single apartments, 2-people flats. Next year, the 5-people flats are renovated. And of course, the more people live together, the cheaper the costs. But generally, we can say 300 to 500 euro. No, 500 is way too much, sorry. 300 to 400 euros a month, including all bills and everything, including internet as well, is what you can expect when you come to Germany. I'm not quite sure how much it's in Canadian dollars. Sorry.
It's pretty reasonable to our accommodation prices in Wolfville.
Yeah, the student accommodation you can see here, all of them are very close to campus, walking distance, by the way. This one is in Morgenbrede. It's very small, but it's also one of the cheapest that you can get, with, I think, 18 square meters. But we have a little bit of, we have a pantry kitchen, there is a shelf, there is a desk, there is a table and a bed, and of course a bathroom.
And for the accommodations, Hannah, do students have the opportunity to buy like startup kits with like kitchen supplies or bedding, or should they come with those things?
No, everything is included. It's a furnished room with all utensils that you might need, except for towels. So even the bedding, even the bed sheets, everything is there, but you need to bring your own towels.
And the last thing I was wondering about the accommodations is what is the process for students? Is it guaranteed if you're an exchange student? Is it really the message to apply early, or if you want to live with a friend?
No, we usually make sure that all students receive a place in a student dorm without, well, they have to apply for it officially, but the process is we will make you an offer and then the student needs to apply at the student dormitory officially so that they have your student details in their database. And then they need to, or you need to pay a security deposit. And once that is that has arrived at the student dorms system, then the student dorm is secured. The accommodation is secured. The only thing that unfortunately is not possible because of the very tight living, well, it's a very small market for a lot of demand. So we cannot offer you the opportunity to live together with a friend, and we can see from semester to semester whether there is the possibility to put two people together. But since we are dependent on the accommodation that we receive from the student dorms, they have a 2-year waiting list, and they are so kind to leave that aside for our exchange students, because it wouldn't really make any sense for them to wait for 2 years. So we receive furnished rooms for our exchange students. They are always the same, and we know what to expect. But this is why it's difficult for us to say, yes, of course, we can give you a 2-person flat to share. But since all of them are very close together, so Morgenbrede is close to Unistraße, is close to Wertherstraße, and all the others, we usually think it's manageable.
Yes, and plus nice to meet some new people.
Yeah, it's usually also single apartments. We have 4 2-person flats and 5-person flats. I cannot say yet because the student dorm has decided to renovate them. They will receive a full makeover, and I'm sure they are going to look great. But how many of them we receive for our exchange students, I cannot say yet. But I'm quite excited. Yeah. So the student accommodation in Sternerstraße used to be the newest one because it was built in 2019. But now we have one that it was finished last year in September. And that will be the most expensive one with 358 euros. So far, it's still good with regards to prices, because everything else in Bielefeld has gone up, every rent and with private landlords. So we are happy that we can still cooperate with our student dorm. Our student dorm is called Studierendenwerk, and they are not only responsible for managing living in Bielefeld, but they also offer all the culinary spots at our university. Studierendenwerk is an organization that is that you can find in every city in Germany. And somehow, somewhere down the line, someone said, let's have one organization, and they will offer places to eat and also places to sleep. And this is what the Studierendenwerk for us is. We have a cafeteria in the main building. They have a very limited offer of small, of warm lunches. But if you walk 10 minutes, then you will come to the Mensa, which is our main canteen, and they have vegetarian, gluten-free options. They have options for people that are on a diet, meat-free, and also organic options.
And Vanessa took me to eat in the cafeteria of the main building, and the food was great.
It's always busy.
Yes.
But thankfully, you can pay with your campus card, with the student ID that you will receive. And then most of the people that queue are the ones that do not have that card. So staff like me, we have to queue. And of course, you will receive a student discount there. Speaking of student discounts, with your student ID, you will receive a lot of offers throughout Germany, but also Bielefeld. you just need to show a card, and then theaters, cinemas, museums, but also discos and clubs, they will be they will have less of an entrance fee. The one thing that our next door university is quite proud of is their swimming pool in the middle of their campus. So the next university, just about 15 minutes walk from us, is Bielefeld University, and we cooperate with them to offer a very big range of sport activities during the semester, but also in the semester free, in the lecture free time. We, of course, offer free of charge swimming, but there are a lot of different opportunities to do some sports during the semester at HSBI that have little or no fee attached to them. We have yoga, we have a lot of fight, how do you call that? Fight sports?
Like MMA or like mixed martial arts?
Yeah, exactly, martial arts, thank you. But we also have, we even have sports that nobody expects to be a sport, like esports or chess. So I will tell you a little bit more about that in our Freshers Weeks, but suffice it to say, we have many different sport activities that you can make, you can spend your free time on. One thing that we are very happy in summer, there are a lot of good things to do in the winter term as well. But during the summer, we have a campus festival that is quite popular, that has started in 2015. And as you can see, it draws a very big crowd. It can be heard all through the city. It is held in, it's a big music festival that is held on our campus. Thank you for your attention. I know this was a very general overview, but I am very happy to answer any questions by email. And if you need to have a little bit of a talk with me before you come, and if you haven't yet made up your mind, you are very welcome to ask for a Zoom meeting ahead of your application.
Thank you, Hannah, for all that wonderful information. I have a couple of questions that I'm sure our students would be very keen to know about. One of them is about transportation, like getting around Germany and Bielefeld in particular. What do you recommend? Are there any student discounts?
We have something called semester contribution. So we do not have a tuition fee, but we have 300 euros, more or less 300 euros, that is paid per semester. That includes a semester ticket. And that is free regional travel through all of North Rhine-Westphalia. Each Bundesland, each state has that. But since North Rhine-Westphalia is the biggest one, you basically get the most out of this, because you can travel for free to Düsseldorf, Cologne, Münster, Dortmund, a lot of big cities in North Rhine-Westphalia that are maybe also known outside of Germany. The way we do it is that we ask you to pay that semester contribution before you come to Germany, because then you can fly to Düsseldorf, for example, and then travel to Bielefeld free of charge, or free of additional charge. Yeah.
And are there places like in town for like bike rentals, or how do most people get to campus other than walking?
Well, if you live in one of our student accommodations, then you are very close to campus already. But we have a tram, which most students use. We also have buses, and we have something that is called Flow Siggy, which is a bike rental system that has discounts for students who are enrolled at our university. I think you have a small monthly fee, €1 or €2, to activate that app, and then you can drive around Bielefeld on those bikes as well.
Awesome. And I know our agreement is primarily with the School of Business. And do you know if students were to come take business courses, if they're able to take courses from other departments as well?
The interesting thing about this is Bielefeld School of Business is our biggest faculty, and they are very exclusive. So while we can make possible for students who are accepted exchange students from Bielefeld School of Business to ask in other faculties whether they can take any additional courses, that is possible. The other way around, unfortunately, not so much, because Bielefeld School of Business is very exclusive.
So it works for their advantage then.
To be fair, it also has to do with the fact that they have the most people in the faculty, so they want to avoid, which makes sense, to have overcrowded seminars. So, yeah, but it's not a common practice. It would be an exception, but speaking from experience, that has never been an issue before.
Right. Good to know. So the students would primarily come specifically for business and take all business courses. And I know, of course, there are German language classes that the students can take in addition to their business classes.
Yes, we have a few English engineering courses as well that students could ask access to when they want to. And our Faculty of Design is very open-minded as well. The way it usually works is that there are a few courses that are usually held in German, but if there is one student who does not speak German, they switch the whole course. So It's worth looking into that program as well.
Yeah, that's quite the accommodation. Well, thank you very much.
I think that's kind of their idea as a faculty, to be very open-minded, to be very diverse, and to be different. So I think that comes with the job.
Well, thank you, Hannah. This was really amazing to share with our students, and I will be posting this online for everybody to see, and hopefully our students will reach out to have follow-up meetings with you as well.
Thank you so much for having me, and again, I'm very happy to welcome any of your students on campus soon.